What's going on, everybody? Shiraz Ahmed here, and today we're going to be diving in headfirst into a topic that could give even the most seasoned shopper a run for their money. Now, summer's here, so it means that it must be wedding season. Now, I'm not pulling this out of thin air. Literally last weekend, I attended a wedding for a very close friend of mine that was at a beautiful golf course. It was opulent, the food was great, and it was, of course, a really good time. So for those of you with wedding bells in your future, or even just for your kids, if you're just planning it out, let's embark on this journey together to ensure that when you hear those bells ring, your bank account isn't feeling the blues. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So I know how stressful and expensive weddings can be. Being a South Asian descent, our weddings are notorious for being huge, and they span typically over multiple days, lots of events, and especially for the ladies, there's a lot of expensive outfits involved usually. And let's not forget jewelry. Having gone through a wedding of my own many years ago, if memory serves me well, there are probably about 500 people in attendance at my wedding. So here's some of the top tips that are both from personal experience and of course from industry experts. Okay, tip number one, which is save. Folks, this takes me back to being a kid when my dad always used to tell me to save. Remember those piggy banks we used to drop our pennies into? It's time to consider revisiting that practice, but on a much bigger scale. Now, whether it's for the grand banquet or an intimate beach destination wedding, saving is essential. Now, I'm not suggesting that you live off of ramen or cup of noodles, but the sooner you start actively putting funds away for this specific purpose, the cushier your financial cushion will end up being for you. Picture it as building a stress-free fortress around your special day, one brick or dollar at a time. Okay, now tip number two, which is creating a budget. So creating a budget is a lot like baking. You've got to measure your ingredients carefully, or you'll end up with a financial cake that's less wedding day wonderful and more monetary mishap. And remember, it's not just about creating the budget, but arguably more important, it is to make sure that you stick to it like a bee to honey. Your budget is like your roadmap, guiding your finances in the right direction. If you find yourself straying from it, it's like throwing your GPS out the window mid-journey. It's not the best idea. Okay, now tip number three is looking for bargains. Now you might want to consider this one as channeling your inner treasure hunter. Who says a gorgeous wedding dress needs to be brand new? A pre-loved dress that was worn literally once can be just as stunning and probably about half of the price. Now, I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but this is just an example of things that you might want to consider in this crazy inflationary environment. Trust me, it's not the most obscene idea. Now, if you're crafty, think about DIY decorations. Not only does this give you a unique touch to your wedding, but can also turn your creative flair into serious savings. Okay, now that leads me into tip number four, which is enlisting your friends and family. So friends and family really can come to your rescue. Remember when you used to do those old school projects together? This is a lot like that, only hopefully more fun. And then whether it's handcrafting centerpieces or making party favors, or even orchestrating your own home DJ setup, every bit of help can save you some money. Plus, it adds that priceless personal touch to your wedding. And a hidden benefit is that it also allows you time with your friends and family to bond during typically what can be a stressful time. So it's really a win-win. Okay, now tip number five is consider a destination wedding. Now, full disclosure here, I totally attempted to do this one only to get overruled by literally everybody in my family, but that didn't stop me from trying. Now, did you consider having let's say your wedding in a less expensive location? Now, that tranquil beach or that rustic barn can be just as romantic, if not more so, than let's say that high-end venue in your home city or a banquet hall. And who knows, you might even stumble upon a hidden gem that not only saves you some money, but also makes your wedding uniquely unforgettable. It's like embarking on an all-inclusive getaway where you also happen to get married. Okay, now here's a bonus tip, which is having the money talk. So we're nearing the end of my list of tips here, folks, but this next bonus one is arguably the most important one. It's time to sit down with your partner and have that serious money chat. Now, make a joint budget, share your financial goals, reveal all of your worries. This discussion can be as therapeutic as it is practical. It's like laying down the roadmap for your shared financial journey. Now, I wouldn't be doing my job as a financial advisor if I didn't at least mention a pre or post-nuptial agreement. agreement. Now, I know this is a bit of a faux pas to discuss and it's not a fun conversation to have, but this will go a long way in securing your financial future. Remember that a prenuptial agreement may not sound as romantic as, let's say, a serenade, but it is a smart step. It's like having a financial safety net, protecting your assets and investments as you swing into your new life together. This is always a tough conversation to have, but it's important to set the stage as you start your journey together as a family. Now, this brings me to a tip that a friend gave me during my wedding time. And this tip is one that I still remember to this day, is that you don't necessarily have to be on the same page, but you definitely should be in the same book. Specifically for this topic, and hopefully this allows you to get yourselves in the same book, while I can appreciate that both members in this partnership may not be on the same page. Okay, well, there you have it. That's our comprehensive game plan to help you glide through wedding season without feeling the financial pinch. Now, use these tips to help you plan for the special date without letting your bank account take the hit. Remember, a wedding is about celebrating love, not stressing over money. If you appreciate the content that I've been creating, subscribe, share, and like this video. I'll also put my contact information at the end in case you have questions of your own or topic suggestions. So until next time, keep saving, stay focused, and continue making smart financial decisions. Stay safe out there, you all. Bye for now.